Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Lineage 2 Revolution booth. How are you all, TwitchCon? Ah, yes, you're all doing woo. Excellent to have you here for our main event, a 30 versus 30, all on mobile and Lineage 2 Revolution. Joining me for the action, we got Gillyweed. How are you?
This is it. I'm so pumped to get things started, Day 9.
We got Dreadnought. How are you?
I'm having a blast, man.
And third, no doubt, the most enthusiastic of all, Frodan. How are you?
TwitchCon has been amazing, and it's only day one, Sean.
Well, Lineage 2 Revolution, epic, large-scale battles. It's an upcoming MMO on the phone. And the important thing to note is that even though it's coming new here in the West, it is an absolute sensation in the East. Let's take a little bit of a look at how it's been doing. A full open world MMO on the phone. We got the chance to access a test build just a few weeks ago, and right away I gotta ask, guys, what were your first impressions?
Well, Day 9 for me, I was blown away by the depth of a game. It was nothing like I would have ever expected from a mobile game. There are so many ways to be able to improve your character, improve
There's
your
like
gear.
50 systems or something.
Right, there are so many different ways to improve your character, and I found that stunning in this mobile game.
And I feel like with that kind of complexity, normally you come with trade-offs, right? Especially for being on mobile. But
yeah.
I feel like the menu system is just so intuitive, and then like anything that you want on the map whatsoever, it's very easy to just click on it, be like, oh, this is the areas where I'm able to get it. And it's very easy to go, this is what I need to do to get better, and they just make it easy to find it.
What about you, Frodan?
I'm kind of green to MMO's entire genre. So for me, Lineage 2 was definitely a little bit intimidating at first, but one thing that really helped me get into it in an introductory level was the auto-questing and auto-battle. Because for me, I get to see how the game flows, what my character should be equipping. And because of that assistance, it helped me really engage in the game.
You know, for me, it had to be the graphics. The very first thing that struck me right when I opened up the phone is that it's not like 2D sprites with a few colors. It's a fully rendered high fantasy castle that the camera's panning around. It uses Unreal Engine 4, which is also what allows them to do those gigantic 200-person PvP battles. Now, I think that the core of all MMOs, the next topic, the thing we really got to talk about, the classes, the races, the characters. In this game, there's a grand total of 24 different classes broken into 4 races. The first race, human. Straightforward, well-rounded, really basic.
My favorite is the Dark Elf. If you guys like doing damage, if you like being better than humans, go ahead and go for it. You can burst your opponents down. There's almost little to no counterplay if you're able to surprise somebody. I love Dark Elf, and I think everyone else will too.
On the note of being better, then, I'm going to go ahead and say my favorite's the Elf, which is just a step up from being the Dark Elf. Go ahead and drop the Dark there. Mainly, they're just mobile. You know, their agility, they can rely on evasion, and they're squishy. And those things, for me, seem to stand out as a character.
Yeah, but contrary to all that right here is the Dwarf. The Dwarf is so hardy, has the highest hit points, a lot of defense, and she's just freaking adorable, too.
And it's important to note that there are subclasses for all of these, and it's very important to coordinate and figure out exactly what you want that specialty to be, because there's a huge variety of monsters with different strengths and weaknesses that you'll face in the game.
Yeah, you will go into one dungeon and have to face a lot of mobs of monsters, so it's important that you have your tank who's able to taunt them, provoke them off of them, but then you also have your classic bosses that you'll have to avoid different things on the ground as they're fighting you.
And that's not even to begin to touch up on the monster codex, which is so dope. The ability to constantly just look for hunt for cores to be able to level up and build attributes for your character. And again, it just teleport right on top of it, farm a couple of monsters, and get stronger.
And in terms of what is it that you're doing, this is, again, a full open world MMO. It's not like, on some mobile games where it's just a single screen experience at a time. You're actually in an open area in a field, wandering around, very much so like on PC titles.
Right, and it's from the very beginning, too. After the tutorial, they drop you immediately into whatever you want to do, however you want to play. If you want to farm gold or Adina, if you want to be able to farm EXP, you can do it. If you want to be able to party up with people, the social features in this game are phenomenal because you're able to do all kinds of dungeons, whether it's clan dungeons, elite dungeons, if you want to farm certain substances and materials. I love the exploration because it gives me a lot of expression in Lineage 2 Revolution.
One of the things that's important in a lot of this end game content is the fact that you can do so much with huge groups of people, and the game is kind of designed around you coordinating your class with other people. Oftentimes in games, it's about synergy with my abilities with myself, but here, with things like the 30 versus 30 Fortress Siege or the 50 versus 50 Fortress Siege that you can do online, or even the 200-person castle sieges, there's all these questions about how do you even come up with the ideal composition in those spots.
Yeah, it's really hard to figure that out, but that's also one of the amazing strategies that you get along with that, and that comes down to the end game of being a part of these clans. And there's so many different functions even within the clans themselves.
The thing about team compositions, too, is that there's so much diversity even of how you build your character.
Yeah.
There's so many people who choose their jobs at different points, and even then choose different skill sets, and there's also a lot of customization that you want too. So in terms of team composition and how we're going to see Fortress Siege this weekend, and even if you guys continue to go play Castle Sieges, I think you'll really enjoy that. There's something for everybody here.
Well, we're going to have a whole bunch of exciting events throughout the entire weekend with personalities you may know and love. Let's take a look at who we'll be seeing throughout the weekend.
Stage at the Lineage 2 Revolution Group.
Yes. No, Trump. This is a 31. Run. Oh my God. There's like a 30 billion people. No honor. No honor. I'm delighted to be part of this Lineage 2 revolution. Watch me lead my team up there. Fortress Siege. Doing some 30v30 PvP. No! No! Damn. Oh, everyone. Oh, you scum. Live at TwitchCon. It's gonna be epic. Pretty amazing. Make sure you guys stop by. You want to see me destroy all down the streets. Hang out.
It's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be sick.
I'll see you there.
Indeed, 30 versus 30 battles. There's going to be 3 personalities at a time. You're going to be accompanied by 27 of their biggest fans, and oh my goodness, Gilly, the pressure that they must be feeling.
You can't let your favorite broadcasters, streamers down at this moment. You have to be playing out of your mind here. And it might be the first time you're playing the game.
And I am going to be your host throughout this entire event. I will be having the opportunity to show you all that there is to do in the Fortress Siege mode. Let's talk a little bit about how things work at a broad conceptual level. There's going to be an artifact, and the goal is to go to the enemy's artifact, to imprint it, which basically means to stand there for 10, 15, 20 seconds, and that is what achieves victory. But it's not just anyone who will be able to do it. It has to be your king. And your king.
Hello, TwitchCon. How you doing? How are ya?
Hey,
Conan's the name. What's your name?
I'm Sean.
Yeah, Sean. Wait, what do you go by? What's your name?
Day 9
You're
TV.
Day 9. Isn't that amazing? Let's hear it for Day 9.
So they told me a special.
We're not going to just start getting into a conversation right away. Day 9.
Okay.
We got things to talk about. We are at TwitchCon, right? We are in Long Beach right now. Isn't this better than Comic-Con San Diego, right? I just said that. I thought it would get applause. I have no idea. It's nice to meet you. This is a
Yeah.
very loud environment, Day 9.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, nice to see you.
I gotta say, they told me a special guest was coming on.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like the president of the company who wanted his time in the spotlight.
Do you want to see the president of the company, or do you want to see Conan O'Brien right now? Yes. Okay, that was half of you.
Yeah,
so
no-
half of you are corporate suck-ups. Yes.
Yeah, no offense to the CEO, and thank you for
Not
hiring
at
me
all,
for this
not
job.
at all.
I really appreciate it.
Day9, I love
Yes.
you. I love you. You're a good man.
I now love you as well. And
You're probably wondering why I'm here.
I gotta tell you, I'm wondering.
I am very excited about Lineage 2 Revolution. Yes! I mean, first of all, ask me why I'm excited.
Conan O'Brien, why are you excited?
It's none of your business.
All
Good
right.
night, everybody. No, I'm excited because, as you know, I am a god in Korea. Did you know that?
Yes,
I
of
have
course.
god-like status.
I have
in
heard the
Korea.
stories.
Yes. I am also the greatest gamer in the history of the world. You've seen
Yes.
me play, right? Any console, any game, I am the greatest.
I saw you die so many times in Tomb Raider.
What are you talking about?
I saw you do so well in Tomb Raider.
Yeah, exactly. Let's edit
Nailed it.
this. I know this is live, but edit it so that you say that I'm an amazing gamer.
Don't worry, I'll even give the soundbite right now. Ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen, the legend of Korea himself, Conan O'Brien, the king of nerds.
Thank you very much. King of Nerds?
The king of everything.
Okay, good. I didn't like the King of Nerds thing. I want to announce that I am the official ambassador because of my status in Korea and my status as a gamer. I am the official ambassador of Lineage 2 Revolution. And I have come here to tell you it's a fantastic game. And I have a couple of thoughts just off the top of my head that I want to say about the game. Do you mind?
Conan, shall I give you the floor, Conan?
What's that?
Shall I just give you the floor?
No, I want you to stay here with me, Day 9.
I want to watch this up close and personal.
Yeah.
I'll take notes.
Yeah. I love this game because it's open world. Explain what open world is.
Well, open world means that you get the opportunity to wander through landscapes in the game. A lot of mobile games, they're just one screen at a time.
You can go
and
anywhere. You can go
Yeah.
anywhere, and it's open world on your mobile device.
Yes.
That's the thing, it's crazy.
Oh,
I'm sick of young people ignoring their phones. It's time people got obsessed with their mobile devices. I played this game all the way down while I was driving.
Really?
7 accidents. That's how good this game is.
and were you auto-questing the whole time while driving like a
That's the
responsible netizen?
Yes, I was
Good.
auto-questing. And that's the other thing I like about this game. I can auto-quest, do nothing, and kick ass at this game.
Yeah, now I have a question though, because Gillyweed and I shamefully
Yeah.
died while auto-questing.
Who died while auto-questing?
I did.
That's impossible.
Uh,
What's wrong
I-
with you, Day 9?
I have never died while auto-questing.
I just love saying his name over and over again.
It's-
Day 9.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It sounds like you're in rehab. Anyway, the graphics on this game, incredible.
Oh, yeah.
So the characters, both the men and the women, very sexy, and I'm drawn to both sexes. I find them very attractive, these characters. I'm not someone who usually likes the elves, but they have dark elves in
Oh,
this game.
yes, you get two flavors.
Yes, those are elves that are not on their medication, and I love that kind of an elf. I think it's fantastic.
Oh, yes, and of course, super glass cannons. High damage, low health.
What are you
Living
talking?
life on the
Oh
edge.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
You used to play games, right?
I have been known to play games.
And then you decided you'd rather put on a suit and talk about them.
That's right. I like 1 degree removed, and soon I'll be hosting people who are hosting
Very nice.
events for video. That's what I'm doing right now, isn't it?
Very nice.
Yeah, there it is.
You're
Okay.
hosting me, hosting
Yes.
something. I just thought of this off the top of my head. There are mounts in this game. Mounts. You can have mounts on your mobile
Yeah.
device. Tell them how cool that is, Day 9.
Not only can you move faster, which is critical for gaining more experience at a higher rate, but one of the mounts is a bear.
Why did you just woo a bear?
No, I know my audience.
I know they're arbitrarily wooing things that, I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
But there's a section right here that was like, ah, bear.
Yeah, they're just
I want to
excited
talk about
TwitchCon.
MMORPG. Tell them what that stands for, Day 9.
Well, I am known in Korea as the king of acronyms, and that's mostly multiplayer online RPG.
Exactly.
Yes.
So you can play with how many people at a time?
Well, if you want to go into live PvP, it can be up to 200 at a time.
Yes.
All on screen. We're going to have 30v30 on stage right there.
Yeah. the fact that they got this MMORPG onto a mobile device, that just blows my mind. And that's something I just thought of right now.
Well, I gotta say, it actually blew a lot of the hosts' mind as well, because, I mean, you know, the one-screen games on mobile, they're great. Nothing wrong with them. But it builds an expectation in your mind of what you're going to see. We got the test build, full 3D graphics, huge numbers of players, and I've played games where you get 80 players in, server starts to choke, and that's okay. Doing that sort of netcode is hard, but then all of a sudden we're practicing 100, 200-person matches, and it's running buttery smooth. Wow, I really do this for a living. That was great.
You totally lost me. That was one of the worst stories I've ever heard in my life. Don't cry that out in a bar, okay, in the single scene. All right. Real-time PvP.
Yes.
We're talking real-time PvP.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I've played PvP that's not real-time. This is real-time PvP.
That's right.
Yeah.
Not turn-based, all happening, action happening, live, all synced up. We're going to see it on stage.
You've had your hand in your pocket the whole time. Take it out and use it occasionally. It shows that you're engaged. There you go. These are little tips for you, Day 9. I also am here to talk about the launch date.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people say, when is the launch date for this game? And they said, maybe Conan O'Brien will know. I know the launch date for this game. Would you like to know the launch date for this game? Look at these incredible cosplayers here. Come on up. Let's get some...
Yeah.
Who are these people right here? They're fantastic. And that will delay me saying what the actual... Come on up. You can come on up. Don't be afraid. I love that you're standing shyly in the corner wearing that outfit. Oh. Hello. What's your name?
Leo.
Leo. What's your name?
Nicole.
Nicole. What's your name?
Chris.
And what's your name?
Kelly.
Nice to meet you all. Very nice to have you. This is my friend Day 9. That's his actual Christian name that he was born with. Yeah. Yeah. Great guy. Have you guys seen the game? Very attractive. The people in it, you are in the... you're going with the whole idea that you are the game.
I'm trying to sell it.
He's a method actor, all right? He's selling it. He came out of the game to be with us, right?
Today only.
All right, that's getting creepy. Would you guys like me to tell them what the launch date is?
Oh, yeah.
Your earpiece just fell out.
I know, but I'm going to play it off smooth by waving my hand over here. It's a trick I just learned.
Very nice. The launch date. Because, ladies and gentlemen, Lineage 2 Revolution. I mean, that's where it's at. That's where it's at. And that's... No, don't woo that, because that's a terrible slogan. I just made that up, and it's awful. Lineage 2 Revolution, that's where it's at. They're not going to use that. All right, here we go. It's November 15th, 2017.
There it is.
In the U.S. and Europe. Is it your birthday? Come on up here. Come here. That's this guy's birthday. Come here. What's your name, sir?
My name is Kellen.
Guess what? We made it November 15th, 2017 because it's Kellen's birthday as a present to him.
Oh.
This game wasn't going to come out for another 5 years, but we rushed it ahead. So if there are problems, blame Kellen, okay? Congratulations and happy birthday. Let's get in here and
Smell nice.
Do I smell nice? Yeah, it's just cheap aftershave. All right, you have to go back behind the rope now, Kellen, or security will beat you. Now, if you want to pre-register, who wants to pre-register here? They recommend it. You should probably pre-register. That was 4 of you wooing. All right, doesn't matter. Go to l2.netmarble.com. Again, l2.netmarble.com. And then you can pre-register for this game. Again, these are just random thoughts I had in the back of my mind that I thought I'd share with everybody.
And I'm glad you did.
Day 9, how are you?
I am still really surprised that you were like not the president of the company or something.
I mean, are you
so cool that
disappointed?
you're here.
Did you want the president of the company? Because I think this is pretty cool and I'm here. I really do.
It's actually pretty cool. I gotta
Pretty
admit,
cool.
you're like right there.
Who's available here to go out for drinks afterwards? You guys want to go out for drinks? But I like in your costumes. Will you go with me in your costumes? Are they playing the game right now, these guys in the background? Oh. Is Disguised Toast here? Where's Disguised Toast? I want to meet
Toast.
Disguised Toast. That's the greatest name in gaming history. Disguised Toast, come forward.
Come here.
Come forward. Give it up for let's do a big group hug with all of us in Disguised Toast. That was weird. That didn't go. That was just creepy. Disguised Toast. How did you come up with that name?
Oh, it's the play on word like this guy's toast, but
Oh. I didn't get that. I thought it was completely random that you would come up with just disguised toast, and I thought that is so beautifully random. Now that you've explained it to me, I'm kind of bummed. Yeah, sorry. I still think it's the best gamer name I've heard in a while. And I think we should give it up for Disguised Toast. It was nice meeting you. Lovely. Guys, be nice to Disguised Toast. Is this one team and that's another team? I don't know what's happening here.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be red versus blue in a moment.
Okay. And what kind of set is this? This is sort of like a depressed Norwegian game show. What's happening here? I don't know. The set is just kind of, I don't understand it. What's happening?
What's happening? What's going to be happening on the stage?
That's okay. I don't need to know. I'm good.
Okay.
I want to take, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to get drinks? Okay. Are you allowed to leave now or you have to stick around for the whole thing? You can, what you're just answering for yourself. Okay, I can make it happen, right?
Yeah.
Day 9, you got to stay here, right?
Yeah, no, I'm working here, but I mean, if you're still getting drinks later, you know.
We'll see, Day 9.
Cool.
We'll see. Remember, Day 9 is in recovery. I don't want to ruin that for you. Hands back in the pocket. That's a tell. It means that you're nervous. Take it out and move it around. Day 9, it was lovely meeting you, okay? That just looks like you're a mime polishing glass.
It felt good.
Nice to see you, Day 9.
It was a pleasure.
God bless you.
Thank you.
I'm taking you guys. We're going to, is there a good place in the area that you can recommend? Anywhere? Are you all legal drinking age? Cool, that's all I need. This guy, well, you look like you've had a few already. Let's go. We're going to take off. Goodbye, everybody. It was nice talking to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Conan O'Brien.
Let's go. Come on, guys. Let's head this way. We're going to head out. Goodbye. Give it up for Day 9, everybody. He's making it happen. He makes it happen day in, day out. His name, Day 9. This way. We're going to go find a bar. Follow me. You swear you're all drinking?
Wow. That was awesome. Well, coming up shortly, we are going to having the scheduled 30 versus 30. Thanks again to Conan O'Brien for coming out and revealing the release date of Lineage 2 Revolution. And if you're joining us right now, let's take a look at the game that's going to be released soon. Oh, welcome back. It is time to get the Fortress Siege underway. Now, we're going to be going into a 30 versus 30 oh so shortly. And the person, ladies and gentlemen, hey, I'm back. It's time to go in to the introductions for our 30 versus 30. And to help me out, please join me in welcoming to the stage my illustrious, inimitable co-host, Gillyweed.
Thank you so much. Hey, everybody.
Gilly, how are you doing?
Well, I just saw Conan O'Brien, like right here.
I know, he was right there.
He was right there, and then I'm about to see 60 people battle right there, so I'm pretty pumped, Day 9.
Well, it's going to be a 30 versus 30 with 3 personalities versus 3. Let's introduce the first team.
The first team in the red, Clan Beleth with Magikarp, Disguised Toast, and Dyrus. And here they come. Let's hear it for them.
There it is. There it is. Entering boldly onto the stage to go to battle against Team Blue, Team Harden, starring Seagull, Chief Pat, and Hafu. Now, Gillyweed, I gotta say, people in the crowd might not be familiar with the rules of Fortress Siege, which makes sense because the game is out on November 15th, but that's what our job's for. Gillyweed, how is Fortress Siege played?
Well, we have 2 teams, each having their own fortress. And in the center of that fortress is a holy artifact. And the job of the teams is to get to the holy artifact, imprint upon it, and that is how they will claim victory today.
Very important to note, only one person on the team, the king, can do that imprinting. So to clear a path, there's obstacles littered across the map. There's towers, there's gates that prevent movement, guarded by those towers. And the only game objects that are moving around are the players. So they gotta allocate those tanks to the front, put the damage dealers in the back, and knock down the front door.
A lot of coordination there between all 30 members of a clan. There's also a couple of objects to take note of in the center of the map. I'm talking about 2 altars that provide a buff to a team, and it's all of the teammates.
Yeah.
And then in the very center, a spring of recovery. If you're able to make it and take control around there, then you'll be able to heal up much faster.
Oh yeah, and the healing, it's always healing all game long, but those buffs are temporary. Once activated, they last for 3 minutes, at which point they can be activated again.
Right, that is the big deal. The team who is able to take control of the center of the map for the longer period of time is likely to be the team who is able to take the victory.
Often, they will repool in the middle to get the double buff and bash down the front door with that.
Well, Day 9, it's time to introduce our kings of the event. Now, the kings were chosen because we had a pre-convention tournament, and the 2 that did the best were Disguised Toast and Chief Pat. They will be your kings. They'll be bringing the experience and trying to lead their teams.
And typically, in the countries where Lineage 2 Revolution have been released, teams are only playing Fortress Sieges once a week, preparing throughout the week, and then arriving at those scheduled times. So our kings, all the players here, have only played in just a few Fortress Sieges, which means still it's important for you to cheer them on when they're succeeding, and definitely judge them when they're playing poorly.
Yeah, heckling is absolutely encouraged by us, if no one else.
Oh, yes. Now, crowd, I know you're excited to get this underway, so let's make some noise for Team Red!
And who out there is cheering for Team Blue?
Happy birthday, by the way. Best of luck to both teams. Let's get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it away, Frodan and Dreadnought.
What is up, TwitchCon 2017? Welcome to Lineage 2 Revolution Fortress Siege 30 vs 30 action. My name is Frodan.
And I am Dreadnought, and we are going to bring you guys all the amazing mobile, high-impact action that is going to be unfolding here. First of all, the thing we got to be highlighting, Frodan, is what are these guys fighting over? Where do they want to start concentrating their efforts?
In the very beginning, it's really important to assert map dominance, but also to see if you can control these altars right off the bat. You see Team Red, Clan Belith, they're already trying to go for both altars of Earth and Wind, and that will give them a big buff for combat.
And those buffs will last for 3 minutes, both of them, and have 100% uptime, meaning that the minute that they die as a team, that they will be able to go back, try and imprint on the altar once more. And so if you missed the first one, it is crucial that you focus on getting the second.
Wow, looks like Team Red is making a play for the second altar. If they're able to get both imprinted, they will have such significant power advantage, but it looks like Team Blue is trying to capitalize by taking out some of the red members and climbing ahead in the kill count.
Exactly, at least it's coming at a cost. Ignoring those major objectives, if you can get that kind of advantage and focus on those kills, if we do end up reaching 0 time remaining, it will only matter how many kills your team had. The team with the greatest amount of kills will be our victor.
That's right. If it gets to that point, of course, the clan leader still needs to imprint that holy artifact, but after it's all been said and done, they have a lot of work. Now, I do notice that there is a big play on this altar, but there's also a giant spring in the middle. What does that do, Dreadnought?
It has an AoE healing effect that everybody who stands around it will get passive healing, but it's enough to be definitely significant, but you can be stunned through it, you can be killed through it if enough members do end up clumping on top of you. Talking about clumping though, we do look like we have a bit of one here for the red team. It looks like at their top right-hand side, but back to the action here up on mid, still fighting over that second altar just secured by Clan Belith.
I don't know, both teams right now just seem completely in disarray, chaos all over the field. It's like a big game of Battleship, trying to hit random ships all over the mini-map, and at the moment there's no cohesive strategy, and it's pretty even because of it.
Yeah, now the the red team with both of those buffs though, I expect that they're going to be able to pull ahead this death ball approach that the blue team is currently using. I do believe it's been some of the most successful out of my current experience with Fortress Siege. If you can stick as a unit and if all focus the same target, it's very likely you're going to be successful.
One thing I love to see is team communication. If it's 30 versus 30, you bet teamwork is going to be paramount for success. And you can already see some teams are trying to communicate with each other, but there's a real trade-off, Dreadnought, because you have to use the phone keyboard. And let me tell you, that thing is not as easy, sometimes even harder than hitting your skill shots.
It can be very difficult, as we've been highlighting the use of the auto questing and auto fighting tools that are provided within this game. You do want to be turning them off for PvP.
Oh no, some of them are starting to type in all caps. I think frustration might start building on either side here. You know what? I'm going to walk up, and I am curious to see how some of the teams are doing. I'm going to kick it off with a good friend of mine, the king of the red team, Mr. Disguise Toast. Toast, how is your preparation for this event? Did you practice? Did you strategize with your team?
Yeah, we had a whole game plan laid out. We talked to Swifty, the winner of last tournament, and he gave some really good advice.
What was the advice? Can I ask you?
Rush towers, then rush towers.
So win the game, win the game.
Win the game.
How is it working with Dyrus and Magikarp? Did you talk to them at all?
Yeah, we had a bit of time to strategize. The conclusion we came up to was rush the tower and then rush the towers.
And as a top mobile gamer, your thumbs have been strained and practiced for this kind of event, correct?
Exactly. You know, the games I play, we use so much like dexterity and finger strength that this is like really, you know, I feel at home here.
This is child's play compared to what this guy's Toast is doing. Wade, how we're heading on blue team?
I'm over here with Clan Harden's King, Chief Pat. Chief Pat, what's going on? What are your thoughts? What are your feelings so far throughout this game?
This is intense. I mean, I'm so into this game right now. I think I have a triple chin looking down at this iPhone, so I'm trying my best to stay in this, but we're trying to hold it down. We got a big death ball of units that we've been rolling together, and as long as we stick as one, I think we'll be good.
You think that's a core strategy here for your team? Just stick as a unit, make sure all 30 are sticking together?
Absolutely. We want to stick together, deal damage, focus on single targets, GG easy.
Is there any words of advice, words of wisdom you want to drop to the team before I step away?
Don't die.
Don't die, boys. That is the answer here for Clan Harden, Frodan.
I get that advice every day. Don't suck. And it turns out that blue team is struggling a little bit. They're behind by 30 kills right now, Wade.
The 30 kill deficit is quite a bit, but it's by no means a deficit that you cannot come back from. We've gotten to experience a couple of Fortress Siege, and it didn't seem until maybe you were out of the 100 kill range did it feel like your opponent was too far ahead and you needed to focus on those structures. But that being said, it's still not out of the interest for the blue team to concentrate a bit less on kills and a bit more on those turrets.
Blue team's doing a good job. They're hugging their towers for extra assistance. It will attack the closest member of the opposing team, that is to the tower. And because red team was able to control both of the altars of Earth and win simultaneously, they haven't been able to press their advantage. Blue team is still staying within 20 kills. I find that impressive.
But the secondary altar just came back online, and the blue team has sent a lot of their resources here up to try and get the channel. It does come up in a
one tower
trade-off.
fell. And red team's trying to communicate, trying to group in certain areas, and they're making a push into that east tower.
They're going for a huge siege here. They've already gotten past the tier 1 turrets. Now we're going to be looking at what is the holy artifact, the win condition. And with that many red members here, it is crucial that blue does not make a mistake.
Not many people are protecting the holy artifact, but blue team is trying to go for the pincer. Hit from the front, hit from behind, and did red team extend too far? I'm not sure. They're making a big push right here.
It's just insane. They do not let up ever. Relentless red team clan Belith here, not letting up for a single moment. But we have to keep in mind that the blue spawn area is very close to this holy artifact, and it's likely that they can overcome them over time if they can just get those pressure, use the numbers advantage that they'll have.
They don't have to go for the holy artifact now. There are 2 towers protecting it, but if they can take it down, set up for a push later,
that's the first turret.
That could be benefit for them for their later pushes.
They already got one of the 2 turrets there. The middle altar was just picked up by Clan Harden, but at this point you've got to be asking yourself, is it worth it?
I'm not sure myself. The blue team has gotten that imprint, but they're not able to secure the altar, so even the fact that Team Red is distracted has not been enough, and this big flank push from Team Red is too much losses, I think, for blue team.
Yeah, right now they do seem to be trying to back away from the turrets, maybe get them out of an area where they would have that defender's advantage before aggressing a bit farther. But in the long run, the spawning of that spawn zone or being so close to this combat seems like the blue team, they're going to be able to pull ahead.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and check in with the blue team with Seagull, the star of Overwatch. Seagull, how are you going to plan to pull your team back into this?
Man, it's a struggle. You got to convince the team all to play on the objective, and from my time in Overwatch, I know that is a very difficult thing to do.
Well, I think you can be very comfortable and at home not understanding the action on the screen here, but I think what's happening is that you guys are just getting outpushed. I think you may need to start rallying the troops. Have you guys been communicating a lot?
No, it's a little bit difficult, but I do agree with you. Regrouping is some of the most important aspects of this game. Running a 1-by-1 is a sure way to defeat, so...
At least your kill death is good, right? You're carrying your weight?
I hope so.
Well, at least you're honest, and I think in the end that's what we want from our influencers. Wade, what's happening over on your side?
On my side, my team is currently moments away from winning. Excuse me, I was checking in with Dyrus. Dyrus, what's going on from your point of view?
So we just took over the buff towers early, and then we just pushed hard right. And so now all we need to do is clear the way for this guy's toast.
I'm getting slaughtered.
By taking down the towers and stopping them from, or just getting him to imprint the main base.
So I know that you have an extremely, in-depth background within competitive gaming. And I was just wondering, from your experience here and what you've got so far, how big of a tool could communication here be with this kind of, 30 versus 30 mode?
So at the start of the game, our team actually already planned out the plan because communication here is really important. So everyone has like a plan in their head. Everyone's going to the same side, and it looks like they're actually pushing us back now. But I mean, as long as it keeps up like this, we'll probably just win easily.
Well, you guys have been doing great, and I am sure that you're going to be able to lock it in. But Frodan, you got his grin. What are you thinking?
That was the most direst explanation I've ever heard. Well, basically, we pushed and took their towers, and we won the game.
Yeah.
I'm from Hawaii. Loving it. I think red team, they have their strategies, they're working together, and you can see how focused they are. Some guys, they understand what their roles are, just put the damage in, and some people are trying to get as many stuns as possible.
Yeah, and some people are getting as many stuns as possible. I'm sorry, the Dyrus impression has got me going still here. You are right, it was a very Dyrus response here, but sometimes you need somebody cool, calm, and collected in comms if you're going to be successful.
Absolutely. There's a lot happening on the screen, we're not going to lie. There's the Warriors getting in, putting a lot of stun damage and big AoE. We see the Rangers trying to stay back, but sometimes they get closed in by some of the mages and mystics. So what can Blue really do? They're starting to lose even more. Red has double altars. If you're in this position, how do we Hail Mary if we're a blue team who should be listening to what Dreadnought, who's put more time in this game than you did?
All right, so blue team, I've come up with a strategy. I've deemed it the old rope-a-dope here. And it's mainly you just bait and feign weakness in one aspect of the map, specifically going to be your holy artifact. Get the flank throughout mid, pick yourself up an objective if you can, and then collapse from behind. Leave no room for escape from your opponents and rely on that graveyard being so very close to the objective.
Yeah, some players are trying to flank towers by themselves, but the tower just soloed members from blue. You need more than 2 or 3, but it seems like all the focus is happening inside the blue base. Red team is now making a concerted effort to not only push the last tower, but also the holy artifact. Now we have to keep in mind, as Hafu and Seagull valiantly try to defend, what can they do if their respawn timers get too much? Because if you die in the beginning, you respawn pretty fast, but if you die how many times? 10?
10 times.
Then how long is your respawn then?
It gets to 30 seconds, and then every death beyond that point, it's only going to stagger worse and worse and worse, up to a cap of an entire minute. And in this game mode, 1 minute feels like forever, Frodan. I cannot tell you how annoying it is to immediately spawn until 10 deaths, and then suddenly you're like, and I'm sitting in the graveyard forever.
Yeah, and what makes it difficult is being able to execute both parts of the plan, because remember, blue, they have to go for the holy artifact. There's only 3.5 minutes left, and with that amount of time, I don't think they're going to be able to catch up in kills, and so the best way is to go behind for a Hail Mary.
Yeah, it hits a moment where you have to stop being idealistic and start being realistic with your situation that you find yourself in, realizing you are not going to be able to deal with this 100 kill deficit. It's all about structures, and really, I feel like the only way to overcome these type of things is focusing on sticking together as a unit. When you've seen Red kind of paint the map red, it has been always when there is just an absolute death ball.
All right, well, let's go ahead and check in one last time with both teams here. I'll go to another man as brave as I am to color his hair and bold in the world. How you doing? What's your name?
Tyler.
Tyler, where are you from?
Sacramento.
Sacramento, so not too far. Are you here because you're trying to play for a specific member on your team, whether it's Chief Pat, Hafu, or Seagull, or are you here just to get some Lineage 2 action?
I'm here to beat Magikarp and Dyrus.
Ooh, calling out. Well, you guys aren't doing too good of a job, but how are you going to turn around? Because you have 3 minutes left. Is there any secret pocket strategy? Have you guys been luring them into a trap?
We're just kind of going around and trying to pocket them into just one area, or right now we're just kind of going through the middle and trying to get them where we have more people.
How many times have you killed Dyrus and Magikarp?
I think I've killed Dyrus like 3 times.
Woo, 3 times. Well, he can have the moral victory at least. How's things going in Team Red?
Well, we're about to check in. First of all, since we're already keeping track of deaths or anything, is there any influencer that you know you've been picking on a little bit more than some of the others, or you just been taking them out as they come?
Taking them out as they come. Seagull's gotten a little bit of hate from me, but, you know, it's pretty even.
It's pretty even. So what has your been focus? Have you been looking to get kills? Have you been concentrating on focusing on structures? What has been your idea on how to approach this game?
Because my character has a little bit faster movement, I've been going for the wide flanks and trying to take away a lot of their activity around their base. So it's allowed us to destroy the second.
Hold up a minute.
Wow,
This looks like they're getting the channel.
A winner. Red team is going to go ahead and push, and somehow Red team is able to close it. Congratulations.
Absolutely phenomenal teamwork coming out there from them as a squad.
You're not allowed off stage yet, Dreadnought and Frodan. Guys, give it up for our amazing commentators. Now get off the stage, guys. Now it's time because I get to present the trophy. It's not a gold medal. It's not a literal trophy. It's this foam board. Come down, Red team. Yes. Yes, Red team. It's just you. Come on, Red team. Red team, Disguised Toast, come stand here next to me and hold this up. Wow. What a prestigious moment for you to be holding this, accompanied by your knights. Disguised Toast, tell me, how are you feeling in this moment?
Feeling relieved that game was so tense. The time was running out, so we gotta win this. We gotta win this.
I know I saw you, Magikarp, and Dyrus all burst into tears of relief when the win happened. I mean, how did you manage to do such a decisive job pushing through
Mostly my team, actually. When I got in the game, they were talking strategy. I'm like, whoa, these guys are ready to go. Like, I'm supposed to be the king, but they're like, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. I'm like, all right, I'll listen to you guys.
Yeah, guys, let's give it up for Team Red. Woo! And of course, Dyrus, Magikarp, congratulations again. You have successfully defeated the enemy blue team, but of course, let's give a round of applause for blue team anyways. Yay, hey guys. Have a cheap Pat Seagull. It was very mild. The response was very mild. Well, we're going to be heading to a brief break. We'll be back in 2 or 3 short minutes for a little bit of cosplay. Thanks so much for tuning in and watching. I'm Day 9, and guys, leave that on the floor on the way out because we got to give that to the teams tomorrow too. See you soon.